back, apprentices. Your second challenge will not only require you to acquaint yourselves with the bank's products and services, but it will also require you to be creative and innovative, and also to apply your time management skills. You'll be required to put together a television ad with respect to the bank's products and services. Teams will be given access to senior officers in the bank who will explain the bank's products and services to you. And you'll be required to travel to San Pedro and to Orange Walk to visit the branches there. The target audience for the ad will be the municipality you'll be visiting, and shall highlight at least 2 products that you believe would be most attractive to the residents of that municipality. You must take into consideration the area's main industries, its geography, and its culture. The ad should also capture the essence of the particular municipality assigned and should be no longer than 30 seconds. So plan your task wisely. When you leave here, apprentices, you'll be going across to Great Belize Channel 5, where the professionals there would assist you in understanding how to put together an ad. During the first challenge, we made a number of observations with respect to the personality traits of the apprentices. We found while all of you were creative and innovative, there were some of you who were a bit shy or extrovert, and there were some of you who were introverted. And what we have agreed is that we're going to assign the extroverts in one team. Let's see how all the extroverts work together. And we'll put what we consider to be the introverts in another team. For team 1, Kimberly, Salvino, Jaime, and Kenny. Your assignment will be in the tongue of San Pedro. And for team 2, we've put together Stephen, Judith, and Justin, and your assignment will be in Orange Walk. So let's see how this thought experiment works. Thank you very much.
After the boardroom, we walked out, and the team leader was already assigned. I guess when Mr. Guiseppi informed us of our team, the guys already, Stephen already told Justin that, well, I was team leader last, so now it's you. And so when I walked out after them, and I spun around and heard, you're the team leader, this is what you're going to do. And at that point, I said I was going, my first reaction was to say something. But then I sit back and I said, I would choose my battles wisely, and I would just let it be, just let it go.
Well, Justin was the one that actually volunteered himself to be the team lead. I had no objections, and Judith didn't have any objections as well.
Well, the team leader is Jaime. I'm the team leader, and our team name is Los Elite Promotores, because we want to use a Spanglish name, since a lot of Spanglish is spoken in San Pedro.
Essentially, Belize Bank offers seven core lending products.
What I'll be talking today to you about is the services for the online banking. The objective for the online banking is to reduce the uses of checks. So instead of going into the bank, use your online banking system, and you can initiate any transactions from there.
What we have is the regular savings account. That is basically a flexible and convenient account that customers can use for their banking needs. And the same applies. You fill out applications, you can get Visa debit card, you can get access to the online and bill payment with using these accounts.
And the main feature of our demand loans and all our loans are the fast processing time. The other type of loan where I want to touch briefly are the seasonal loans. Right? This is done mostly in the Orange Walk district and down in the southern region, where the farmers, cane farmers, as well as the citrus growers normally access these types of loans, seasonal loans. The facilities is granted principally to fund the cane crop, sugar cane crop, Orange Walk.
The bank issues a Visa debit card that is automatically issued to an account holder of the bank. If you have a savings account or a checking account, you will automatically be given a Visa debit card. This is like a card that you can use to withdraw funds. So it's not a credit card, it's debit that you're using your funds from your account. The bank also issue major credit cards, Visa and MasterCard credit cards. We issue a Visa Classic, a Visa Gold, a Visa Local credit card, and we also have a MasterCard Standard and a MasterCard Business card.
There is also our mobile banking. The mobile banking allows our clients to access their information via their phone. It can be activated on the online banking system. They'll be able to receive alerts, such as their salaries coming in.
So it's best we limit it to 2, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 better.
Just 2.
And the online banking is a must because it caters to everyone in general. I mean, people in San Pedro, they need to get bills paid and they can't come all the way here to pay their electricity bill, to pay their light bills.
Everybody have a phone. Yeah. And I mean, you always have certain situations in your life or urgent where you have to put it between this and this, and you can make it for one. That's the perfect time.
Today we're here to talk about how to produce a television ad. We start off with brainstorming, really. What you want to say, how you're going to present your ad, what style you're going to use. Is it going to be something dramatic, going to have people talking in the ad? Is it going to be just a narration? Is it going to be funny, serious? An ad's supposed to prompt people to act.
We went to Channel 5 and we met with Channel 5 staff as well. I guess it's Great Belize Productions. And we actually got to sit and talk with Mr. Rick, who is the project director. And it was very refreshing to hear it was kind of weird to see him at the front as well, but it was cool to hear what he had to say and to see how he does his work.
Now each team will have a cameraman. And for your team, the extroverts, you all will be shooting with Jorge Tabora. Okay. And for the introverts, you all will be shooting with Shawn Tewes. They will be at your service in terms of how you want your ad to look.
Making an ad, you need to have your objectives set straight. You need to know about your audience. You need to create your script. All you can do is by sketching, using sketches to draw out how you expect your ad to look like.
And you will also be editing with the same cameraman that you were working with in the morning, right? You use your script, use your storyboard. They will pretty much do what you all tell them to do in terms of how you want to put all these shots together, along with your narration, along with if you want music. All right, well, those are the basic components on how to produce an ad. Good luck, and I hope to see your ad soon.
You have the beach, right? And you have somebody lay down there. Did he receive a message by phone that says his salary has come in? Right? That shows BBM.
Knowing my team members being the quiet ones, and I'm very loud per se, but I mean, we all work. Actually, no, we didn't work well together. We all have different ideas. We all clashed at some point.
So you could easily use this swipe? Okay, I get that. Now tell me, how did San Pedro get in that?
The people.
I mean, I used to think about something fresh and new because they don't have the
Checking and savings.
checking. They don't have
Like I said, the credit card.
The credit card sounds good. I could go with the credit card. Yeah. When I found out who my team members would be, I thought that Mr. Guiseppi was in my testimonial yesterday because I had just said that the one person that would not like to work with would be Steven.
We know they said that what you said wrong, right? But we can't just go there. We can't just have like straw hat on we head and boots and all that thing there, and they're like, we just resonate something plain. All three of us, Justin, Judith, and I, are very creative. I have done script writing before, and like I said, this is something that is very normal for me.
Well, we finally decided on what our idea for the commercial is. We decided that we want to use 2 scenes. In one of them, there'll be 2 people sitting by the beach.
I like that. I think Kenny and I worked well. Salvino had great input. I still think that Kim was too quiet. Like, I mean, I still want to have her give us more information. You know, like speak up and tell us what she thinks.
Well, in this challenge, I'm going to talk more and try to break out of my shell. I definitely have been more vocal.
Like, say it again?
The one in the golf cart where the person will show up at a restaurant and buy a drink, and then they will use the point of sales with the debit card.
Just remember, you want to think outside of the box, too, right?
We don't think outside the box enough to make we. But I mean, you had, for example, you are done the walking to say when the phone ring, why their sweetheart or your wife that. Lazy Spanish. Ranchero music.
You alright with that?
Yeah?
You alright with that?
Of course I'm alright with that.
Okay, then I use that one myself. Okay, not that part, but still what to say.
You want lower? Yeah. I don't know.
As a leader, I'm not one to overpower everybody. I like the group because you don't have to be behind anybody pushing them to pull their weight. This is at 19 seconds, right? So by the time your narration starts, this was on the low already when
they already were,
you know, probably if there's a way
excluding me in a subtle way, making it seem as if though they were still giving me just enough that they believe I should have a say in. And I felt as if though the idea that they have was good, just that it needed to be a little bit tweaked here and there because it was too much.
We take a video footage of San Pedro while we are flying. Then suddenly we come but I'm not saying direct to the beach, but Belize Bank.
I think it will be very funny, the idea that I put, and it will really attract the item or the product of Belize Bank that we will offer.
B-Bank thing, logo that they are, the seasonal.
I'm confident. I'm confident in the script. I know that we'll execute it as good as we possibly can.
Well, the plan for tomorrow is get on the flight, go to San Pedro, and shoot one of the greatest ads Belize is going to see.
Welcome aboard my flight 100, direct San Pedro flight 10 minutes right up.
We're Los Elite Promoters.
Los Elite Promoters? Okay.
Yeah, we want to take a shot, possibly at one of the resorts here.
Okay.
And then see, we want to use some of their props.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go check it out then.
Okay.
Let's make a winner.
All right. Yeah.
All right. So why don't we go in Orange Rock? Orange Rock, we're gonna get shots at the mill, right? Then we're going in Orange Rock and look good with props.
The way we know, as we go along, you take your stops as they go along,
so
rather than going all the way to the end and then have to come back all the way to the front to kind of chill.
Alright, well, we could do that too,
Yeah, we'll do that.
That take probably about 15 minutes.
It won't take too long, man. What we'll need to do, we'll use the first 5 minutes to just get a shot of the sugar mill, like a clear distance view.
Like a wide shot?
Yeah, like a wide shot.
Then it has shift to me, which I would then say, sure, who that? The wiper sweetheart.
The more footage you have, like I said, the better. You go just edit it and choose and reviews.
So we will try to utilize all the time we have available to shoot.
This is my team. We are the Los Elite Promoters, and we wanted to
shoot a video in San Pedro. It's going to be a commercial. For our commercial, we're going to need a couple of props. We'll need a phone, a debit card, a point of sales machine, preferably the mobile one, and we'll also need a bag of coins.
So that will be okay.
Yeah, and then we would like to go to a resort. We were thinking maybe we can go to Ramon's Village.
Okay.
Would that be possible?
Yes.
We take this one?
Yes, this. And I'll get the bag of coins
And
for
the
you
debit card.
and the debit card. Okay.
Trying to portray is the seasonal loans you guys have. So we want to do that. We just wanted to incorporate, like a farmer, one of the farmers, and actually me portraying one of the farmers.
Like how it's seasonal, they don't really go to the fields every day. It all depends how they, at what time we do the cutting and stuff like that. So give me a few minutes, let me see if I can do some calls. Alright?
Yeah, so from the sky to this view.
Oh, okay. Then
and then from this view, I guess you can zoom out to me. And then instead of zooming to the girls, you zoom out from the phone to me. Then after that, you zoom in back to the phone and you zoom out where the girls are.
Oh, yeah, transition from you to the
From
girl.
phone to phone.
You're right with the transition and the zooming. So I guess maybe on the way up we can get a...
We can see what we can get. Maybe even after we finish the main shots, then we can get scenery because we can come out.
Well, I've worked with many clients before, and this group was easy to get along with. They were people who I found to be more taking charge than others.
Working with Shawn today behind the camera, it gave me a better understanding of the things that he do. It's a new experience for me. I don't think I could pursue it. I don't have the patience for it. But I guess it was a fun learning experience.
I think I portrayed myself as a very knowledgeable leader. I mean, I knew what I wanted, and I did it.
Kenny was the one pushing the group in the direction that he wanted to go, more so than Jaime, even though he was the leader. So that was a bit surprising. He made most of the decisions today.
Well, our leader isn't much of a leader. In order for you to lead, you need to open your mouth, you need to command, you need to say this, and you need to say that, and basically he was just there, just being there, and if he doesn't pick up the slack, someone has to do it.
Because we had two scenes in the commercial, and one of them was, I came up with one of them, and Kenny came up with the other one, and so I let Kenny lead the second half of the commercial.
You got no like brown? Black?
Only done there. I'll take it, right?
$54.90. One back?
No.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, man.
These guys are very creative. They have a lot of ideas at first, although I was kind of worried about their ideas. At first, Steven and Justin were going to be the actors on the ad, but then they decided to use one of the guys that were there in the field.
Is there anyone that actually like speaks Creole or speaks Spanish?
The script was written in English, but when they reached the location, they decided to do it in Spanish.
But the challenge say what the fia make it cater for ya.
Yes, but Judith, we can't carry one of the farmers then away. We need a scene by Belize Bank.
But remember, when we present this thing to other people, we talk Spanish, you know?
Of course, a lot of people will talk Spanish, but they remember that something where the bank want new, what cater for what show there, something new. When they were disagreeing about changing the language, at first, I was just giving my opinion. Whenever an idea would come up, it would be an idea of mine, and it's almost as if though the idea wasn't good enough if it didn't came out of one of their, if it wasn't one of them saying it.
She decided for us to go on the Spanish, to go more Spanish because of the culture. It was really last minute and we had to improvise.
The reality is that most people, most farmers, right? They speak Spanish.
They speak Spanish, exactly.
Right? So the audience got to be, of course, and
everybody have to agree on something, no?
I think I don't say that that was a bad idea.
If I wasn't there to listen to both of their opinions and they went and continue confronting each other, then they would never have come to an understanding. Maybe out there I could have done something, but I didn't feel too good myself, being that I didn't eat the night before this morning, and the heat was.
Well, I mean, we'd really like you to be in the video. I think you're perfect for the role.
the Belize Bank mobile banking. We are trying to promote that. It's like two girls will interact with each other. Basically, it's like talking to each other and showing the product.
Right now. Yeah, right now.
Seriously?
Yeah. I guess you can be the one girl to say, "Girl, King estás texteando," and then I guess you can say, "Nothing, I'm just sending money to my mom." The girl is like, "Really? Come on." The girl too, you will say, "I see with Belize Bank mobile banking," and then that's when you hold the phone and the camera zooms in.
I like so most of them you could talk like English like, yeah, just go sign up the Belize Bank, you could pay a bill through SMS, and then you could say this part in a Spanish. Yeah. Understand? Like, make I get back to work.
I can't read so fluently like how to do it, you know.
If he doesn't speak fluently as well, it won't look good.
Okay, here we go. On 3.
Action.
Camera rolling. 3, 2, 1.
¿Qué onda? ¿Qué onda?
2, 1.
Go.
¿Quién es?
Great. ¿Qué es juego?
¿Tú crees que puedo tener el servicio de Belize Bank Mobile Banking en mi teléfono? Pues voy a ir a inscribirme hoy mismo para mi seasonal loan y mi Belize Bank Mobile Banking. Pues voy a ir a inscribirme hoy mismo y mi Belize Bank Mobile Banking.
And action.
¿Qué tal? ¿A quién estás texteando?
A nadie. Solo estoy mandando un dinero para mi mamá en Cayo.
Really?
Okay, cut. All right. Ready? All right, don't worry about it. It happens.
It took a little convincing for me because it's my first time on camera or doing anything like this. So I was a bit surprised. It was just a normal day for me walking in town. And they're like, "Hey, do you wanna?" I'm like, "What?"
Sure.
And then I said, "Give me 15 minutes. I'll think about it." And they called me back, and here I am. I'm Nadian. I'm just sending some money to my mom in Cayo.
Really? ¿Cómo?
Así, with Belize Bank. With Belize Bank mobile banking. With Belize Bank mobile banking, and you don't need internet.
That's perfect. That's perfect right there.
Just keep it up. It's good.
They were very organized. They had a script, which is always important. It was short and sweet, so it was something I can, just easily pick up and just memorize and just do it. Seeing a nice production, a script, a production manager, a director is always nice. I think there's 3 members in the group. I think the 2 boys were the ones that took more dominant, orientation and what they wanted to do.
Okay, guys, that's a wrap. 6 minutes to spare. That's pretty good.
All right, thanks, Shawn.
Aplica es muy fácil. Aplica hoy mismo.
Fast, easy, and reliable.
The Belize Bank.
Our country, your bank.
I'm happy about how the ad came out. It was fun working with them. We really work under pressure, but we handle it good. And I'm really proud of the guys. If it was up to me, I wouldn't done some things a little bit different. They were calling the shots, right? So I just have to follow their directions.
Admittedly, we only had 4 hours to shoot, so we had to work with what we had. Me personally, I would have chosen a different voice, though.
The Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
It's not that bad.
So you're good with the narration then?
Yeah, I guess with the fine-tuning.
I feel like the group felt a little bit sorry for Kim. I know, they weren't really paying her much attention. She had a few good ideas.
It was difficult for me to convince them. I think me being a female was difficult to convince them that my idea was the best one.
Even though Kim didn't participate as much, Jaime was the leader, and I think that he should have taken charge of the team and led it. In 2 or 3 separate occasions, the team had to get behind him and motivate him.
I think Jaime is that a good leader. He is the first one to give up. He is the first one to say that he need a break, but Kenna and I stood up.
30 seconds.
Yes, love it. Judith feels that she's not being included because Justin and Steven have worked together before. So Judith is the one that has a lot of the bright ideas, and Justin is very pleasing and wants to please everybody, when Steven has also a strong personality.
I wouldn't say I have the better ideas. I try to look at the topic and then go to maybe a more broad, not broader, but look at more options and not just look at the first option that you have, let's go with that, because that's how we end up improvising.
Just because it's your idea does not mean that you made it a reality.
I feel Steven doesn't work well under pressure because there were times going in and that was the time I felt like we were supposed to be at our most cool, at our most strongest, actually bonding together. And that's when he was like, he was losing the cool with us, he was losing the cool with the crew, he was, and then, you know, just then I were trying to tell him, just breathe, just take it down, you know.
I was the one that was taking the time, finding people, persuading people to be in the ad so that we could actually get it done. How could I not work good under pressure? I believe that the ad is great, but I just wanted it to be at a level that I could never question if it will fail or it will not fail.
We are Los Elite Promoters. The task of this challenge was to go to San Pedro and create a commercial that would be viewed mostly by the people of San Pedro. San Pedro is it's a bilingual town, and so we wanted to use that aspect of their culture in our name, which is why we chose Los Elite Promoters. We decided to go with some concepts where there'd be people together. The Spanish culture is very prevalent in the town, so we wanted to incorporate that into our commercial, so we use a bit of Spanish. We also used English and Creole because we're in Belize and those languages are as important.
We had to choose at least 2 products that would appeal to the residents of San Pedro, and so we chose the Belize Bank mobile banking service, and we thought that that was relevant since San Pedro is basically separated from the rest of the country by sea, and you don't need to worry about getting on a plane or a boat to send money to someone in the city or other parts of the country. We also chose debit cards because we found out from the manager that the debit cards are really popular in San Pedro, and also it's safer to walk around with a debit card than actual cash.
The basic concept of this ad is to utilize the surrounding of San Pedro and put everything together so we can basically get the culture, the geography, and the industries all in one. So as you see the ad, you will see that we portray each and every aspect of these specific points that you highlighted, and with that said, I guess we will view the ad.
Gyal, ¿quién estás texteando?
Nadie. I'm just sending some money to my mom in Cayo.
Really? ¿Cómo?
Así, with Belize Bank mobile banking, and you don't need internet.
Wow.
I wonder when my pay will come in. One piña colada, please.
If you like piña coladas.
Fast, easy, and reliable. The Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.
We tried to create an ad that was memorable and interesting and would prompt the viewers to use the products of the Belize Bank.
I think the ad is powerful and is effective. I think it's clear. I think it epitomizes San Pedro. I see San Pedro in the ad. You know, the beach life, you know, attractive young ladies on the beach. What I think needed to be a bit clearer, when you, Kenny, I think you're the one who went into the bar. I didn't see the message that came up on the phone. I don't know if it was just too quick, you know, but that message should have read, I'm looking at the script, that you receive your salary in the bank, I would imagine, and therefore you didn't need to have the coins to pay for the piña colada. But I like the concept of, you know, easy living, San Pedro, because it ties in nicely with the efficiency and the ease of utilization of the BB mobile mechanism.
I like the presenting style. I didn't hear you, Salvino, what's up?
Well, actually, when we are in the house last night, we practiced, but when we reach here, it's like a twist. So that is why my part is being put to one side, and I think that's the reason why I don't have the ability to present my point, because my point would be the economy of San Pedro, because it is a service-based economy.
I would have probably from a banking perspective, you should have considered what is more profitable for the bank. And banks are in the business of lending. So maybe I probably would have chosen something that would be of more profitability to the bank, which would have been, either commercial loans, corporate loans, or retail loans.
We chose these two products due to the fact that there are a lot of young people, and it's the new generation everything tends to be on the phone, and the patience is very limited with people. So I guess that being on the island and not having to travel across the sea in order to make payments or in order to pay bills or make deposits.
Luz, this is your branch, and this is a product hopefully that will enhance your branches and profile. What are your views in terms of the presentation yourself?
I think the presentation was good. It depicts exactly what you wanted to bring across. But the ad, I think, yes, it's short, but it's sweet. It brings across exactly what they wanted to bring across. And as Jaime said, it will entice people to want to bank with us, and that's the beginning. Your salary will come in, they will get, and from there we move on.
While Kim didn't participate as much or wasn't active in it, her ideas really shown through, because a few of the ideas that came out in the ad were her ideas. In the beginning, they were behaving as Kenny said, as introverts. They were afraid to offend each other, so they kind of try to pull together a bunch of bad ideas. But it has been interesting to see how they allowed those bad ideas to evolve into a pretty good ad.
And you all did a good presentation this morning, and I want to thank each and every one of you for the effort that you placed, in getting the ad to us this morning. So thank you very much.
Good morning. Good morning, panel. Good morning, branch managers. I am the group leader, Justin Williams. This is Stephen Gabb, Judith Augustine, and we are the 5-star producers, and we aim to deliver extroverted productions.
So, being that Orange Rock's geography contributes to its thriving cane industry, and its location is further northern to the Central American region of Mexico, it greatly influenced our advertisement to portray the cane industry and also to use the dominant Spanish culture as tools to actually, influence the Orange Rock municipality.
Okay, so our concept was something that we're looking at to incorporate the residential and the corporate business. So what we looked at was 2 products that we believe could have intervened with the both and allow people to understand, more or less what the Orange Rock culture would be more familiar and related to. So in the ad, you're going to be viewing Belize Bank mobile banking, and you're going to be seeing the seasonal loans for the corporate business.
Here is our ad, and we hope you guys enjoy it.
¿Qué onda? ¿Es tu señora o la otra?
No, cuate, es mi Belize Bank Mobile Banking que me está informando sobre mi seasonal loan.
¿Qué es eso?
The Belize Bank ofrece mantenimiento de dinero en efectivo durante el periodo de crecimiento, con una tasa baja de interés. Aplicar es muy fácil, con aprobación el mismo día. Aplica hoy mismo. The Belize Bank, our country, your bank.
In terms of delivery and in terms of style, I like what I saw. Stephen, you're very confident and very articulate in the way in which you presented the overview. Judith, I like the fact that you're able to link the profitability of the product to the constituency of Orange Walk. I also like the fact that, Stephen, you actually featured prominently in the ad. I think that was interesting from a number perspective, that you fit the profile. And you look good in the ad. I think from a presentational standpoint, the ad came across, bright, impactful, and the fact that it's in Spanish also I think was extremely clever, because the constituency of Orange Walk and Corozal and that area, and most speakers they are native Spanish speakers, and I think you need to speak to that issue. So that was a dimension of the ad I quite liked as well.
With regards to the content, I'm too excited about it. I like the fact that you have a cañero. It represents Orange Walk 100%. The acting was good, but you're saying, is that your wife or that your sweetheart? Right? That is something that, we really don't condone. It's just a bad moral example. I think that you could have chose something else. Is that your wife or your daughter? There's so many things that you could play with. I just think that you try to use a little bit of humor. You could have used a different type of humor that didn't touch a subject that is, questionable.
In terms of the product choice and the dynamics there, what made you choose that product?
Well, we had, after we were given our challenge, we were actually taken to the credit card section for the Belize Bank. And Mr. Bernard Wagner actually touched on seasonal loans. We're actually thinking about doing the corporate banking already. And they were saying what could be something that could tie in with Orange Rock, and then he mentioned seasonal loans, and we're like, what is seasonal loans? And when he came in and said it was for the farmers, we're like, it's perfect, that is perfect.
Well, the ads on the sugar loans, on the seasonal loans, that's the way we call it now. I like that you as well point out the fact that it's low interest rates and you can apply now and get your loan the same day. It's perfect. I like it.
And then what about the point Mr. Alario made with respect to the taboo subject of sweetheart or girlfriend?
Okay, no. Well, moral comes in there too. No. I agree.
The logistics part of things on the day of actual shooting was a bit chaotic. Nobody called the branch manager, nobody made arrangements to visit a cane farm. And so we asked them, what are you going to do about a cane farm? And so they had to ask the retail manager, who's one of the staff's dad owns a farm 3 miles out. So we were in San Esteban. It wasn't for him, who is one of the actors in the ad, we would not have gotten a cane farm. And again, you were told that you could have contacted the branch prior to going into arrange logistics. So that's one of the areas that we kind of lost time in finding where we needed to go.
Even though most Orange Walk natives speak Spanish, I think there are probably a couple Orange Walkers who, would speak English, and you need to appeal to them as well. But I understand the concept, I appreciate. I think it was clever. I think the ad was impactful, and I think you all did an excellent job today again. Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome back, Apprentices. We had what I consider to be 2 very good ads this morning. It was quite obvious that a lot of effort went into the ads. And when we consider the time frame which we were given to do those productions, each and every one of you needs to be commended. So I want to compliment you all for an excellent job in terms of putting the ads together in the short time frame which you had. I think both ads captured the essence of the district and the tongue of San Pedro and Orange Walk, and I think most people could relate to the ads. Having said that, however, there was one ad which stood out more than the other, and there was a clear winner this morning, and I would like to indicate to you that the ad which we considered best represented the task at hand was the ad regarding the branch in San Pedro. I think that was a better ad this morning. So I commend you, I compliment you, and for the excellent effort, you all will be going to the Radisson this evening to have dinner there. So the introverts have prevailed, and keep up the excellent job. So you all may leave.
The most tense moment today was when the chairman said, and the winning team is the one from the branch in the district off. That's when it got really tense, because I thought he had a pause, and then I don't know what he was gonna say. And then he said San Pedro, and I thought, I got really excited.
I feel really good that I was in a winning group again for a second time.
I feel relieved. I feel like I guess I feel that I showed my true skills once again. I lost the first challenge, I won the second one. Salvino was in it with me, so I guess I gave him that luxury of giving him that win once again.
When I found out that I won, I feel happy. And I'm relieved with the stress that I have, because all of the while I am hearing the other group saying that, yeah, we got this, we got that.
The extroverts. Before I opine on what I consider to be the weak points of the ads, having reflected on what was just said, do you have any comments you'd like to make in terms of where you think you might have gone wrong?
Well, I just believe probably it was the including of the humor, where we had the wife or the sweetheart in the commercial, but why we incorporated that, because we asked the cane farmers themselves how would they communicate among each other. So we just wanted to make it more realistic, and they said they would have used even worse terms when communicating with each other, and so we just thought, try to add a little bit of reality to it.
Well, let me ask you this question. If you were in an ad with fishermen and they were using obscene language and what Belizeans call bad word, would you have included that as well?
No, definitely not.
Well, you see, that's my point. Sometimes when someone says something, it is incumbent on you as the objective party to say, okay, while this may represent reality, this is going to be placed on TV and it's going to be consumed by a wider audience. How would this impact the image of the organization which is trying to represent, and does the organization condone this? I mean, the attributes of the ad which I would just highlight to you, which I found to be detracting, was the following. I think the fact that it was done in Spanish was clever, I think it was correct, and I think, why not subtitles? Because obviously there are people in Orange Walk who probably don't speak Spanish and who may not be able to interpret that. If this was the only ad that the Belize Bank was running in Orange Walk, and you had native English speakers, they wouldn't understand the ad.
The fact is I did want to put in subtitles. However, it would have been too busy for the screen. It would have actually been too much for the screen, and it would have confused many, because we already were using words.
You spoke about words, Stephen.
Yes.
I think there's another issue that I had. I think the ad was too verbose in terms of the amount of words, and it wasn't too visual. I believe Candice worked with you guys.
Yeah.
She mentioned that the planning process wasn't necessarily the best in terms of making arrangements to meet with the farmers on time. That was a sort of last-minute preparation. And then in addition to that, there was an element of what I consider to be discourtesy in the way in which you all spoke to some of the farmers.
One of the farmers felt that we were moving too fast because we had to move hastily, and he doesn't speak that much English. He had a problem coping with our hastiness.
Judith, you normally speak a lot. I'm not hearing you at all. I mean, what are your views? What do you have to say in defense of the team?
I felt like was strong personalities going in, and what happened was that from the time we walked out of the boardroom, ideas were already flowing without research, and I think that was one of the things that hindered us a lot.
I just wanted to incorporate everybody, and to be honest, I see where you guys are coming from about putting extroverts together, because it's a lot of strong personality. So my approach, I just tried to keep the team together instead of being one who would say, just be an aggressive person to other aggressive person, because that will only make it more chaotic.
When it came to really making it happen, doing their best for it to happen, I did a lot, because I already did ads before. That's something that was my strong point, and I'm actually surprised that we lost, because I pride myself in doing that.
I felt like the first win played a role in how they went into this challenge. I felt like they believed already that we have this because we've impressed the panel once before. And one of the things I kept telling them was, you can please them now and we can impress them as much as you could, but remember now it's going to be a different dynamics in the group. But I think what messed up Justin was the brotherhood, you could say. And that was when he was supposed to say, I got you my ballet, but let me do this, you know. So, you know, I could understand what he's saying, and I don't know what's Justin's view on it, but that's how I look at it.
I mean, as a group, even though he didn't consult me, they didn't consult Judith, and I tried to incorporate both of them because, like I said, it's a team. Being that time was so close, so tight.
Those are sounding like excuses.
Huh?
Those are sounding like excuses.
No, I'm just saying where the time was short, so I really tried to do leadership as being a hub between the both of them because they had a lot of miscommunication.
But to me, the most important attribute of a leader is to be able to make hard decisions, draw the line, and move on. Even when everybody else disagrees with you, if you are convicted and convinced in your mind, you got to take a position and say, here what, fellas, this is it. We're going in this direction.
Yeah, and that was what I was about to do and take up my role. But he just, I don't know.
It is a difficult decision. I think we've all believed this is a very difficult decision because I know how difficult it would have been to put together an ad like the one you did in the time frame. But, you know, we have a decision to make, and I'm not going to shirk my responsibility because the decision is difficult.
Yeah.
This morning, I think we'd have to send home.
Because you have a strong point in when you said that I never allow you to lead. The one thing I saw you do, or the thing that you did a lot, was you had a lot of respect for my experience. Exactly. And I like you for that.
Me as the leader, I was supposed to be stronger and set my foot, but like I said, this is a team thing, and I just wanted to incorporate the team. I mean, when you made a decision with her about the Spanish thing, she didn't even come to me first.
Yeah, Gimme agreed to it because it came out of Stephen's mouth to say, yes, let's do it. But I had already said, yes, let's do it, and you just...
No, listen, did I tell you no, or I was
just
quiet?
Never answered.
Exactly, and what...
That your moment for answer.
I was thinking...
We have come to the decision after hearing the defenses, the contributions, the explanations, that ultimately the reason this challenge went badly for the team is because as difficult as it may seem, Justin, you didn't do your job in managing and providing leadership and oversight and direction for the extrovert. So, unfortunately, you'll have to go home. Okay. Thank you.
I'm very sorry that I did not tell you that. Because I just saw someone coming. You went
way to the other side from you. Run way where the guys were sitting, and I was already putting on a shirt there, willing to take up the part.
Not sitting.
You underestimated what I could have done. You don't know because you make mistakes with the skills that I can't do it. Though. I could talk. If I get to a script, I could pronounce the Spanish words.
Yes, bro. But the thing is, the ad would have been less authentic, bro. No,
I was trying to make a quick decision. Yes. I know you did that,
and that was the same thing that I came with the idea. I told you, bro, this man could do.
Did you consult me first, or did you just go and get him? Because I remember I was already putting on the shirt.
Just remember that the Apprentice You understand? And you have friends and you will always make friends. You come to make friends, but you have to remember that everybody wants it just as much as you. On my son, I never tag team, but you guys in our sense did it, but in our subtle kind of way, in a passive way, make me feel like, oh, like if I go off, I might look crazy. I actually find my match. I meet my match.
Really?
Like I now welcome to this person and just tell you what I got to say. I mean, you know, I feel like I meet my match in this competition as well. Remember, you have to remember that this
That's what you're saying.
You know?
No,
That's not how I feel.
I expected it more from Steven actually to pick me as the one to go home, and Judith just followed what he said because she didn't want to be placed on the spot. We are a team, and I needed him in this challenge, and if I didn't have him in this challenge, then it would have been a lot more difficult. So I just wanted to keep him a part of the team, and I guess that was where I went wrong. Steven was supposed to listen to me. He was not the leader. I was the leader. I mean, he's supposed to consult me. He's supposed to know how to be a team player as well, and I think that's what he didn't know how to do. He can't be a follower. He's only capable of leading and making decisions, and that's not what it's all about.
This was a very difficult challenge this morning. But as difficult as it might have been, I think some important lessons were learned today. And if I could think of two, it would be quite often a lot of people believe that a good team means putting bright people together in one group. But from my experience, what I've learned is quite often when you put too many ambitious people in one pot, it could spoil the brew. The other lesson I think which is important for all of us is the fact that when you give them a role and you give them a leadership position, leadership doesn't mean making everybody happy. Leadership means preparing people for the task at hand and taking hard decisions. And I think Justin just didn't take the hard decision yesterday, and hence the reason he had to leave.
¿Qué onda? ¿Es tu señora o la otra?
No, cuate. Es mi Belize Bank Mobile Banking que me está informando sobre mi seasonal loan.
¿Qué es eso?
The Belize Bank ofrece mantenimiento de dinero en efectivo durante el periodo de crecimiento, con una tasa baja de interés. Aplicar es muy fácil, con aprobación el mismo día. Aplica hoy mismo. The Belize Bank, our country, your bank.
Gyal, ¿a quién estás texteando?
Nadie. I'm just sending some money to my mom in Cayo.
Really? ¿Cómo?
Así, with Belize Bank mobile banking, and you don't need internet.
Wow.
I wonder when my pay will come in. One piña colada, please.
If you like piña coladas.
Fast, easy, and reliable. The Belize Bank. Our country, your bank.